Hey, it's Oska from the Front Runner Colombo.
And Tom from the Front Runner Colombo.
And Kat from Back on Track Sports Massage.
And you are listening to our weekly podcast, Run Spesh. 3 weeks, baby.
It's weekly now.
We are only 4 weeks away from forming a habit. I think. Is it 7? Is it 7 times you got to do it? We're recording this slightly earlier because Triathlon Tommy, who we're now going to call him TT.
I can't call myself that until I've actually completed a triathlon.
Okay. So next week, Tommy's going to introduce himself as TT. TTT.
Tommy Turbo, the
Tommy?
triathlete.
So 4 Ts.
Quadruple.
I feel like there might be. Is there like T-Man?
No, I can't say that yet.
Okay, cool.
Let's not jinx it.
Our weekly Run Spesh podcast where we talk about our training, our life, things that are going on, and then shoes, hopefully, by the end of it. If you guys are still with us, if you've listened to half of it, you might not actually get the shoe chat. Or if you don't want to listen about our
Just skip.
boring old lives, you can do that. So Kat's here, which we're excited about. Today, you guys are going to be nice to her because we're going to try and convince her to be our third co-host, regular third co-host, to balance out Tom and I's antics.
I'll do my best. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, we're very crazy. Well, we think we're crazy. And thanks to all those people that listened in to week 2. We got our week 1 numbers in 2 days. What took 10 days for the first one, so it's pretty cool. Double or nothing, all on black. So that's how my training is at the moment. Double
on black.
Double or nothing.
I like that.
All right, so Kat, introduce yourself. Because we know who you are. And actually, Tom, we haven't done that. We just assumed that after episode 1, people knew who we were.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll start with Kat. So, Kat, introduce yourself, and then how's your training?
Yeah, so I'm Kat. I work out of the Front Runner here doing sports massage, and I'm training mainly for half marathons now. It seems really come up from the 800. So.
But you've got a ridiculous range.
Come on now, let's start from the very beginning.
Yeah, 4 by 100.
Yeah, well,
Like,
those were the days, eh? 1s and 2s. Oh my god, I wish I could go back to those days.
do you though?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh,
I
wow.
tried to do some 300s today. I couldn't break 35.
That's just called aging collagen.
Oh man.
What do you mean, 200s?
200s.
35 is rapid
that-
for 300.
I mean, yeah, 200s, 35s. Yeah. But it was windy, so
Yeah.
anyways.
As
Napuna
always.
wind, as we like to call it.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I'm half marathons now, and it's nicer on the body, let me tell you. Less injuries.
Yeah,
It's
true.
been great.
So, what is your week? Because you've had some coach changes in the last
Yep.
12 months.
Yeah.
I mean, and to be fair, you are like a globetrotter. Have you spent any time? You've spent more time out of New Zealand, out of Christchurch,
Out of Christchurch.
than you spent in Christchurch in the last 12 months. So why don't we wind the clock back to Bathurst? Was that the first?
Yeah, like last February. Yep.
So-
Probably.
So we go Bathurst. I know we're supposed to be talking about training, but this is just interesting anyway. So you went Bathurst, and then Gold Coast,
Yeah.
and then Latvia,
Latvia.
which, by the way, is one of the most random places I've ever been.
I won't go back.
No, probably not. And then you came home, and then you went Serbia. I feel like Latvia and Serbia might be 2 of the most unsafest places.
Just so random.
And then Gold Coast again.
And then Gold Coast. Yep.
Wow, you got some air miles, eh? Anyway, so what does your week of training look like?
So yeah, I'm probably running around 130, 140 Ks now.
Oh, big dog.
Yeah, it's really bumped up, especially since training under Craig.
CK.
Yeah, no, it's been good though. Like I tend to just do a Tuesday track session, Friday like long tempo work, and then Sunday long run up to 2 hours, and then in between is just easy runs.
So you're just kind of in charge of those days?
Yeah.
What's going, what's flowing?
Yeah, pretty much. Double on session days.
Just wake up when the alarm goes off. Coffee and a muffin.
I don't set an alarm.
Cat does not have an alarm.
I'm a midday trader.
She's definitely lives up to her name of Cat. Just
Lying in the sun.
chilled
That's
as.
me.
Chilled as. Nice. And how you finding it?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm just getting real good, consistent work. And I feel like I've been trying to find a half for a while because I was supposed to smash it at Gold Coast, but I didn't.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah, we don't talk about that anymore. So it feels like I've
The
been
race
going
that shall
since
not be
like
named.
April, but yeah, I'm just working towards Auckland now. So
Ooh.
yeah, got 6 weeks I think to go.
I want to see what you can do over a marathon.
That's
I'm
exactly
so
what I
tempted.
said.
You know, I've been looking at prize money overseas, and it is huge. I'm like, get me into a marathon.
Cat is
10
motivated.
grand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, isn't Melbourne like more?
Well, yeah,
Melbourne's a
Melbourne
lot.
half is 10.
Oh,
Yeah. So
What's the
Melbourne
full?
would be
like 25?
It's 25, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
nuts.
25, yeah.
Do you know, and actually on that, the thing I like about Melbourne is they've kind of come out and said, hey, we want to support Oceania athletes and give them opportunities to win that prize pool.
Yeah.
Rather
cool.
than sort of like, not that I've got anything against East Africans come and have a run because it's pretty cool to be a part of, but it's like they're trying to give
Yeah.
those opportunities to like Aussies and Kiwis.
Oh, that's real
Oh, that's
good.
pretty cool. So a marathon is on the horizon for Catherine Camp. You heard it here first.
Absolutely.
That's crazy, man.
Cool.
It's
You
a
can do it too, Tommy.
That's a lot. Nah, I'm good.
How many
Thanks,
how many 300s did you do today?
No, I actually did. It was broken like 1K and then 200s. So
Sounds like one of those workouts you got to run on your palm of the hand so you don't forget halfway through.
yeah, it was like 10K work on the track this morning, and it was freezing too. See the snow on the hill?
Yeah, I went to the treadmill. We'll talk about me later.
Yeah, no, it was cold.
No
I
fun,
mean, this
man.
has been average.
It's been pretty average.
What
but
was
yeah.
nice as last week, and then the last few days have been cold, man.
Freezing.
Snow on the hills.
Oh, we got it done.
Got it done.
It's
Got it done. That's always what you do. I should go me and then go you too, because you're racing this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what did I... Well, so we're recording this on Tuesday because Tommy's going to be in Sydney on...
Sydney, Australia.
On Thursday to do a little swim, bike and run. Not a little swim, bike and run.
A reasonably long swim, bike, and
Yeah.
run, but yeah.
So what did I do? Saturday, we had an epic 40.5K smash fest, short bays. We started at Scott's Park in Ferrymead. Took us about 40 minutes to get to Dyes Pass, running pretty steady. Climbed Cruisy, refilled our bottles, jogged down Governor's Bay, and then basically hit the blowtorch. And we covered 40 point. Then we finished actually when we got over Evans and down back to onto the flat. We finished with 6K at 317s from 34K to 40K.
Gee.
So it was just nice. And I think one thing Matt and I talked about was obviously with the newborn, if I have one session a week that hits absolutely every energy system, then when I have Auckland Marathon in 5 weeks, 5 weeks when this comes out anyway, I probably have a little bit of confidence. But I play around with my nutrition. So you're like this, Tommy. We talked about on episode 1, if people haven't listened, you go back, we talked about the Nick Sweat monitor.
Yes.
So I've dialed that in using SOS hydration, mango flavoured, because the watermelon's no good.
Mango is the best.
Mango's,
That's elite.
yeah. And so I had 2 SOS sachets and 700 mils of liquid with 2 ketone IQ shots. And then I was taking the Fix gels. So across 2.5 hours, 2 hours 35 minutes of running, I had 1.4 litres of liquid, 4 SOS sachets, 4 ketone IQs, and 5 Fix raspberry fizz gels.
Holy moly.
And then I came to work. Saturday, yeah. Because I've been doing this Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday thing just for home life, because it means Sunday I'm available and I want to be at home on Sunday, so it's nice. So it just means that I just sort of stand in the shop and pretend like I'm here.
So for the listeners, how much sodium was in that concoction?
So in the SOS alone, you're looking at about 700 megs per 2 sticks, so 1,400 megs for the 2 drink bottles.
Yeah.
And then in each Fix gel is 200 megs, so you got 1,000. So you're looking at roughly 2,500 megs, which is what the Nix was
about
telling me.
1,000 an hour.
Yeah,
roughly.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is so my average across a couple of sessions that we did with the Nix Sweat, I was looking at 900 to 1,000 megs of, and I had no cramp. I got no dizzy spells. I got a little burpee, and you kind of and you take a bit up the back at Evans, but we were still running sub 4s up there.
Yeah.
So we're working I should say too, I wasn't allowed to go over threshold.
Yeah.
So I had to sit down 170 beats per minute.
Yeah. Have the ceiling.
Yeah, have the ceiling just so we didn't go get silly. So that was fun. And then Sunday I felt so rat shit. My hour jog was just miserable way. It took me ages to get out of the door as well. I was pissing around.
And today, how are you feeling today?
Today I did a little threshold workout in the gym on the treadmill because it was like 4:30 and our house was shaking from the wind. I was like, nah, I'm not going to the park. So I did
Fair enough.
6-4-2-2-4-6 minutes. 24 minutes of work just at sub 3 minute Ks on the treadie. 1% gradient because you got to have a little bit of wind resistance.
You do.
Yeah. We're not cheating around here. So, no, pretty good.
It's a solid
Week of training.
Solid work.
Yeah. Like just trying to fit in where I can. And the wee man slept okay for this week. So make hay while the sun shines, as they say. You can see all that in Strava. My thoughts on Monday were What would you do if your crab cake got up and walked away? You know?
Devastation.
You'd be devastated. Those things are expensive.
That's what 40K does to you.
So that's fun. Turbo, massive week for you.
Oh, yeah. It's just... I mean, the week itself...
Don't do that.
To be fair, the training itself is getting less because, we're tapering, so...
Yeah, fair.
It's pretty chill, actually, at the moment.
Excited though?
Yeah, fizzing. Yeah.
Do you feel like this is Tom 2.0?
I don't know. I'll make the decision after the race.
Reinventing
But
Tom.
in saying that, the body has been holding up really well, which has obviously been a struggle for the last 5 years. So training-wise, it's been really good. Nothing crazy, honestly, just lots of hours.
Do you find too with the different disciplines you can just be super consistent? Because Kat used that word too.
Yeah. There's nothing... I mean, in the pool, it's been quite fun. I've just been using programs that Hayden was using over in Andorra with his coach, and then just looking up some. So kind of just do 5-6 days a week in the pool, and 2 of those days are going to be hard.
Yep.
Sprint stuff just to work on speed, and then a lot of it's just... I do a lot of paddle stuff, I think, just to try get
Jack those shoulders.
stronger in the stroke, so it's a little bit more effortless, which has been quite fun. And then obviously had Saxon when he was around and been a few days a week, which was cool because they just drill me in the pool. So getting an arse handed to me on that in that sense. And then biking's just kind of, you just get out and do the hours, do a workout every now and then. Had the first little play with TT bars on the weekend, which was fun. Probably leaving that a little bit close, but.
Do you feel quite vulnerable? I can't even make that position.
I've never. Yeah, it's a lot more twitchy. You don't feel very stable the first time you do it, and then you feel the wind a lot more because you are so you're just getting blown around and with deeper wheels on and stuff like that. But it's all very new, which is also quite fun because it is so new. It's something different. But the running's been going good. I did one workout last week, just 5 by 6 minutes. Yeah,
Do you typically just
320s.
do one run workout a
Well,
week?
I would normally do 2, but coming back from the injury, that was
Yep.
all the body is really allowing. So still haven't actually ran 21k since Andorra. So
Perfect.
the race will be the first time I did 20k in the weekend.
This-
And we're like, yeah, okay, we'll
that-
tick that off.
That's like going to the casino with a dice that only has 2 numbers.
Yes, pretty much.
it's like either it's 1 or 6.
I was literally talking to Hayden this morning. I was like, oh, so what do I do leading into this race? He's like, wait, what? You're doing a half Ironman? You haven't even barely been running. I was like, yeah, I know. It's a little crazy, but the main reason I'm doing it is because World Champs are in Tokyo this year, and there's a slight chance that I might be able to sneak a slot, and I don't know when the next World Champs will be in our backyard.
True.
And if they were in, say Italy or Spain or something, there's no way I'm paying to go over there because that's mega expensive. But Tokyo's a little bit cheaper.
Especially with a bike.
Yeah, exactly. So training's been good. Head off on Thursday and then just kind of just all aerobic shit from there.
So what do you need to do to get to World Champs?
So it's Ironman does it. I think they do it a good way, but it's also kind of I would say a little stressful because you don't actually know until the day of the race because they don't release the fields or anything. But it's based off, they have a slot allocation, so there's 40 slots for the whole event, and I think I may have touched on it, but every age category gets 1 slot allocated, and then they disperse the rest based off how big the field is. So say I'm in 25 to 30, I think my age group is, and we have
That'd be
40
nice, wouldn't it,
people.
Kit? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be
I don't
nice
feel
if
that
the
going.
world was chocolate?
The time.
Yeah, so they just disperse it based on the field.
Yep.
If we have 40 people in the age group below us, or the age group above us has 10, then they get 1 and we might get 2 or 3. And then also if someone already has a slot that finishes in front of you, it rolls down to the person who doesn't have one. So even in the race, you kind of had no idea because
You're just
you
going
don't
hard.
ask, you're
You're
like,
just
oh,
going
do you have
hard.
a slot already? Do
Yeah.
I have to worry about you? No, I'm just going to go on there,
Keep going.
swim as hard as I can, bike as hard as I can, run as
Cool.
hard as I can. So, yeah,
I
I'm
like
excited
that.
for it.
No, it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be fun to follow. And if you get a slot to Tokyo, we're going to have a
Yeah.
party. The boys are coming to
It'll be
Tokyo.
pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll get loose as.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's the week so far. But
Cool.
excited to rip into it. Hopefully have some nice weather. No wind, hopefully. Will be nice on the bike.
And so I think you were saying the other week, normal sort of 25 hours. What will this week be, excluding the race?
Yeah, I mean, I've been sitting for the last maybe 5 weeks. I've been doing around 23-ish, 24. And then this week will probably be closer to 20.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe 18, 20.
Yep. Just freshen up a little
bit. But just, yeah, like I'll do one little last bit of intensity tomorrow on the bike, but very light. But still out for 2 hours and then just spin the legs over and then real easy the days leading into it, do a few strides here and there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Sounds fun. So
looking forward to the challenge.
We didn't actually ask Kat what's your goal for Auckland Half.
What's my goal?
Yeah. Money.
Yeah, I don't know because it's a tough course.
Money.
I think it's quite hilly, so
It is.
I don't know if I can really put a time on it. But yeah, I mean,
The W.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Camille just said she's going, so.
Oh.
Classic. Awesome.
So I'll go for second.
Nah, we can beat our heroes.
We can. We
Yeah.
can.
You can just sing that to her at the start line, but instead of be your hero, I can beat my hero. I can beat my hero, baby.
I'd be so whacked out if someone started singing that on the line. Look across.
No, and I've made like clutch decisions, like I'm staying 2 minutes from the start line.
Oh,
In
that's
Devonport.
so good, eh? Yeah.
So I can
That's ideal.
like roll out of the apartment.
See, I'm staying an hour and a half away from the start line, so I'm catching up.
Why?
Well, there's no
What
accommodation in
time's start
Penrith.
time?
7 a.m. and
Oh.
the train leaves at 4:20.
Depending on how
Stop.
fast your kettle is, you could make 45 2-minute noodles at that time.
2 minute noodles. It's probably very true.
Do you like that segue? That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was real smooth.
Into the next topic.
Into the next topic. No, wait. Like, I don't know. I just think about, I don't know what you guys are like, but I think about some random stuff. And I was just thinking about 2-minute noodles and who decided they were 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it got me thinking, like, the world record,
Women's
both
800.
men and women, are under the time it takes to make 2-minute noodles. Like, that's rapid.
Yeah. It's pretty funny when you think about it. Like 2 minutes when you put them in the thing, it seems really fast.
That's
but
true.
when you put it in perspective, someone's doing 2 laps in that time.
Yeah. Or less, more than 2 laps
Yeah.
if they carried on. Like, how close are we to breaking 2 minutes for the 1K?
11 seconds, I believe.
That's rapid.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Far out.
That's
the world
rapid.
record's 2:11, which is nuts.
What is that, 142 through 800? Yeah.
40 something, 44 maybe.
Oh.
I think. Yeah, 144.
I'll be
Oh,
lucky
yeah.
to run 600 in that.
Yeah, it's pretty rapid. It's actually scary.
Cool, man. Okay. Well, this is fun.
This next topic.
Oh, man. So, shall I lay the foundation?
Yeah, you shall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine, race morning, you're a bit nervous. You need to have a couple of cheeky poos. We all do it. We're all a bit nervous.
It's a great segue.
Yeah, and then it just so happens that an hour and a half later you get to run past the waft of your cheeky pre-race poo.
And some people may be thinking, why is this being talked about?
Do you know what? Do you know what makes? What makes it even better? Is it's sponsored by a health insurance company.
No.
Literally.
So I'm wondering, like, I don't think I can say that actually. I'm going to take that out. But I'm just not going to say it. So Round the Bays announced that they're going to offer a Christchurch option, which I think is great because I'm all up for opportunity for exercise. Like, I'm here for that. But do you think the big wigs in Auckland have ever been to Christchurch? I know we were picking on Dunedin last week, but do you think that the highs up and Round the Bays have run past our dump?
Being round the bay.
No. Round the Bays.
What bays do we have in Christchurch? So the Governor's Bay, Littleton.
Yeah.
They're surely the bays, right? Cass Bay,
Even just
Corsair Bay.
Scarborough.
Yeah.
How much money did we spend on the new path from Ferrymead to Sumner?
Yeah, a lot of money.
Like a lot of
Great
money.
though. It's a great path.
Exactly. So why are we not using
Why
that?
are they not using it?
Why aren't we running from Scarborough through to Ferrymead, not Ferrymead through to Thompson Park and New Brighton? So the course itself, Kat, obviously. So the course, or you explain the course, Tom, if you want.
Oh, I can't actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the course is, and I'm 100% picking on it. So the course is from Ferrymead, kind of opposite where the parasailing
Yeah.
bit is there. Boom. So the other thing to remember about this when I'm telling the story is the prevailing wind in Christchurch is a nor'easterly.
Yeah.
Okay. So your start line, you are smelling
It's bad.
estuary.
Yeah.
And
When the tide's out, it's bad.
So you're starting there. Like, and if you're nervous, I'm gagging already. Like,
So you picked the worst possible
It-
spot, I think.
Oh.
have you vomited at a start line?
I would if I was running there.
I might though if we do that race.
I vomited at a start line. I vomited at the start line of 5,000 metre nationals in Dunedin
Because of nerves.
because of nerves.
Yeah.
Alright, no, I've
Yeah.
never been that.
I was nervous as. I don't even know why I was nervous because I sucked. I'm looking around. There's Hayden McLaren, Malcolm Hicks. I'm getting my ass handed to me.
Beat
But I was just
those
nervous.
heroes.
I beat those here, yeah. That's good. I like that. So the course, and then the course runs basically up the ring road, past the council dump to your right. So imagine you're commentating this race, right? So you're Sarah Hall.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Landmarks.
you're sitting.
The landmark is the dump.
Yeah, you're sitting there. Helicopters gone up. You know, Limos,
Yeah.
whatever. You're running out the front, and to your right you'll see the Christchurch City Council dump.
Yeah.
To your left you'll see the shit ponds, and then you just get torched by this nor'easter.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I have to bike home.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think this. I mean, I probably shouldn't say this, but it might be a one-off.
Is it actually happening?
it's a
Yeah.
thing.
When is it?
It's a race.
February, so it's even worse in February because it's hot.
Perfect, yeah.
Just
and in the heat.
just gonna
Yeah.
make it
Love
stink.
that.
I mean,
I'll be surprised if it gets another round.
I mean,
A year too.
the highlight of the race is going to be the peacocks at the dump. Like,
Yeah.
so
Like we already have Round the Bays. It's called Governor's Bay to Littleton.
Yeah.
There's your Round
Yeah,
the
that's
Bays
great.
race.
you ran the crash. So, I mean, the thing I don't quite understand is did they talk to anybody?
If I just decide
No.
Or
to.
did they? Because not that we're anybody, but we're somebody, and most ideas kind of come past my desk anyway.
Yeah.
And then you'd assume that maybe they might have come through Athletics Canterbury or, you know, maybe the Christchurch Marathon. You know, like
The run community.
the run community down here.
Until you sent it to me, had no idea it was a thing.
No. Do you know who sent it to me?
Who?
Elstop.
Of course he did.
And I can't tell you what
Yeah,
the
what
video
that
came
man
with.
said
But
behind it.
but it was pretty funny. So, I mean, I think like we can do better than that. So is that really what Aucklanders think
Of
our bays are?
Christchurch.
I mean, the finish would be nice. Once you get over Bridge Street
Yeah.
and you go over that bridge there, that's pretty nice. Then you hang a left and head towards Thompson Park. Then I got nothing wrong with that. But, you know, you could have gone bottom of South Shore to the top of Marine Parade.
Yeah.
You could have gone Scarborough through to Ferrymead. Like all of those things, you clocked out, whatever. There could have been numerous ways to include.
There are a lot of different places that would have
Yeah.
been a lot nicer.
So Southern Cross,
Sign me up.
15k prize money gets
Yeah,
there
get
regardless.
Oh, I'm there.
Yeah, she's
Hell
smelling
yeah.
that cheeky morning poo. I mean,
Oh,
it's
gee.
good. Okay, so that's just what I was thinking about. I don't think I'd have a run. I don't think I'd sponsor it.
No.
I don't think I want to borrow it.
Have you been
Nah.
asked?
Nah, but you know, maybe that's why I don't want to borrow it because they hadn't talked to me. I feel let down.
Yeah.
My ego's
Left
hurt.
out.
My ego's hurt.
It's alright. I think it's a miss on that
My
one
ego's
anyway.
hurt. So, yeah. Anyway, if you got any comments on that, let us know. Maybe you don't even know it's happening,
Yeah.
or maybe it won't even get off the ground, or maybe someone will ring us next week and say, "Hey, have you got a better
And
idea?"
the course has changed.
And the course has changed.
That would be awesome.
That would be good.
I don't think we have that much influence for the
I've already got,
1,000
like,
people that.
10 different courses in my head that I can think of that would be way better.
Yeah. And I really like the idea of showcasing New Brighton because they're doing all that development down there. They want to rebuild the mall and stuff. So I'm here for it.
Just put it in a nicer spot.
But like when you tell the whole of New Zealand that you have to run past some poo ponds to get to us.
yeah, it doesn't really
Like
sell
the optics are not great. They're not great. So this is what I was thinking about. Okay. Do you know the other comment we had, Tommy, about our podcast with Mac last week?
Mm.
People didn't realise we had personalities. Well, that's rough.
Well, you know.
Well, we just shoot them.
Okay, just throwing down. Just throwing. So then
Just train and
that got me
self-shoot.
thinking. Can you think of celebrities where their faces don't match their voices?
Hmm.
And straight away I thought of Femke Bol, the 400 metre trip from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
She sounds like
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
She does.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, she does.
Does she really?
Have you seen that? Oh my god!
Nah,
Yeah.
does she sound like Mickey Mouse?
We gotta look that up later. We need a way to have like our phones and stuff so we can.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. No, she does. She really does.
They just,
funny.
It just doesn't match. Actually, there's a great, I don't know, you probably don't know him, DDG, the rapper.
Oh, yeah.
He puts on a fake voice because his real voice is so deep.
Oh.
And it's scary.
Oh.
Like, it's two different people. And I'll show you the video after. But if you haven't seen it, look it up, DDG's real voice, because it is crazy, the difference. And he raps in this fake voice that he holds basically all the time.
Huh.
Unless he's at home with his family, he speaks normally, and it's just so deep.
Imagine talking to a newborn baby, they'd be like,
No, they would be scared. Trust me, they would be scared.
because even my little son at the moment, I talk to him, he's like, who is this?
Yeah.
You don't smell like milk.
Yeah.
Get out of my face. So, okay.
So they like to see your personality. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know if
I
they
think
like it.
They're just surprised by it.
Well,
That's
but
fine.
I was thinking, well, I guess like most of the time in the shop, like we've trained real hard and we just kind
Yeah.
of not.
Sometimes we are
but-
rather fatigued.
Yeah, and it's really hard to know where the line is because I've made jokes.
Yeah.
And I
You've made
like,
some great ones.
like, can I tell the joke about the little old lady
I thought
without
you were going to
names?
say the other one, but
No, not Tommy's one. I can't say that in the podcast. You're going to come and ask me about that one in private.
yeah.
So there's like this. I'd been warned that this nice little old lady wanted to come back and swap some shoes, and she didn't know who I was. Someone else had served her, and so the person who had said that come back and see me had said, "Come back and see Oska. He'll sort it out for you." And so she kind of walks in the door, and she like looks straight at Sam. He probably looks a little bit older than I do. Maybe like he's in charge because I certainly don't look like I'm in charge. And she goes, "Oh, you must be Oska." And Sam goes, "No, that's Oska. He's the boss over there." And she goes, "Oh, you look too young to be in charge." And I said, "Oh,
Thank you.
insert name. Are you hitting on me?" The poor thing just goes bright red. I thought it was funny. Clearly, that was one of those moments where I should have just shut up, Oska. You know?
We like to keep it lighthearted in the store.
We do. So well, maybe we can talk about jokes that we've inappropriate jokes. We've made.
No, let's not go there.
No, I don't think we should. We shouldn't go there. But you must get some classic jokes on the table. You get some-
I get all sorts on the table. Like it's basically a therapy session in there, eh?
Well, you're a massage therapist, but you're also a personal therapist, right? Because people,
Yeah.
I feel like people go on that massage table and they let everything fly.
Yeah, that or just like to
They do.
pick my brains
Yeah.
about things like running and nutrition and things, which is all good. But yes, I do get it all.
The excessive stuff, the other
what
stuff.
goes on in the room stays in the room.
Yeah, therapist.
What do you call that? Patient confidentiality.
Yeah.
Confidentiality.
Tommy, are you just like 'cause most of the time, like unless Kat's helping me out, most of the time I'm kind of just I just want to lie there and just fall asleep.
Yeah, well, it really depends on the massage and what kind of massage I'm getting. Like, that sounded really bad.
It
but
did really. Oh, I'm gonna leave that
soft tissue or deep tissue. We'll phrase
Still
it that
sounds
way.
worse. Yep.
Anyway, yeah, like sometimes you can fall asleep for sure, but then I don't know. I think every time I've been to Cat, I've had something very sore, and
Yeah, I don't
Cat
get many
knows
falling asleep
how to
on my
find
table.
the pain and really get into the pain. So yeah, it's hard to fall asleep when it's like that. But yeah, that leads to the next question: why? Why do people get massages?
Well, why do you come in, Tom?
Well, personally,
He just wants some company. he has no.
I want therapy.
He has no
I want
friends.
therapy
Yes.
chat. No, it tends to be when you're like, I guess, in a harder period of training, when your body is under fatigue, you tighten up in different places that you, I guess, wouldn't normally do if you're just doing like a base phase or something. I feel like in base phase, people come to get massages just to flush, get the fascia out the legs, like all the
Technical term.
junk. Yeah.
Fascia.
Throwing smart stuff in there.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely
Kat sounds
see
surprised.
it as like, you guys know big words. Goodness.
Multiple syllables.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely see it as like a preventative thing in that a lot of people come to me for maintenance so that they
Release the knots, release the tight spots.
just getting the blood flow,
Yeah.
especially after hard
Does anyone
sessions.
ever like, what would you call it? Like, I can't even think of the word. It's gone completely. Just like, be a bitch, and you're like, you just want to say to them, let's harden up,
Suck it up.
suck it up. Like,
I do. Yeah.
Kat doesn't even tell you. She just
Yeah,
keeps
no.
massaging on the same spot.
Yeah,
You're like,
Yeah, we
this
swear
really
and
hurts.
swearing at. I've had a few swear words at me, but I just tell them suck it up. It's fine, be over in a minute.
That's so good.
Yeah.
So
That is so
you'll
good.
appreciate it the next day.
Yeah. So that is the other thing, because Well, I would say in 2 days' time.
2 days.
'Cause
Maybe
if
a
you
bit
get a really
sore.
good deep tissue massage, it tends to be quite sore the next day. But then the following day, you feel really good.
Yeah, and a lot of people ask me too if they can train either day of or day after, and yeah, absolutely you can. It's actually really good. You can just
Yeah.
easy runs or even a session, like I've done sessions and things. It's good to keep the blood flowing. You may just feel slightly heavier or
Lethargic,
sluggish,
yeah.
but yeah, you're absolutely fine.
Yeah. Make
Nice.
sure you bring a water
Because you
bottle.
did a big session after I worked on you last week. Hey, how'd that go?
Yeah. It actually went really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the session felt good. I did feel a little bit heavy,
Yeah,
but that was probably good. You know, you can feel heavy coming off a bike anyway. So
exactly. Good training.
yeah, no, I had quite a few tight spots, and when you do get into them, they are tender for a good while after. So there were more tender spots, I would say, on my legs than normal, but
Yeah.
it's all just
But I think that's good too, because you guys
kind of
answer-
teaches you to run with.
Yeah, I was going
you
to
know.
say, do you think we get lulled into this thing where we always want to feel perfect?
Yeah.
Do you reckon? Like,
But when do you ever feel perfect?
Never
right?
feel
Like,
perfect.
every day something's
100% is not a thing. I don't
Kat and I
think.
both got 3s in front of our ages
Yeah.
by a considerable amount, so I don't remember what
Yeah.
good feels like.
Yeah.
Well, I think anyone that's striving to feel 100% normal, you're probably either one, not doing enough in training, or you're not doing the right things. Because I can't remember the last time that we felt no niggles, no nothing, like wasn't tired or anything. It's not really. I always say 95 to 99%. You got to aim for that, not 100.
I remember running with Dougal Allen in the sticky forest in Wanaka, and we were just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, "If you haven't got a niggle, you're not working hard enough."
yeah.
I was like,
Like-
"Yes, wise one." Thank
yeah.
you, Yoda. I can work hard.
Yeah, I feel like every athlete's dealing with something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No,
Just gotta learn how to cope with
it's
it.
learning that. It's
Yeah.
learning the differences between what's actually just a little niggle and then what's coming up as an acute kind of like overtrain.
What
Or,
would you say on that? What if you have pain in one spot for more than 5 days a week?
Yeah, you'll be wanting to see if it's
Yeah,
there.
okay.
or yep, okay.
Because I would say 3. If it disappears after 3 days, then it's probably just a niggle.
Yeah.
And you can put it to the side if you feel
Yeah.
like it's getting better. And if
If
it's
it's manageable, like
Yeah.
some things you can actually manage quite well
Yeah.
without them getting worse.
Yeah.
But as soon as, say if you overload something too much and the next day is
gets
way worse,
yeah.
then you either see a physio or you just have to re-manage
Take a few
that
days
load.
off.
Yeah.
A few days off is not a bad thing.
Nah,
No,
it's
it
the end of the
isn't.
world.
No.
The world
And
will end if you
cross-training
have days off.
is your friend. Cross training is your best friend.
So I got a question. You've been running for 2.5 hours.
No, I haven't.
No, okay.
Never done.
Cat's out. Now. Neither of you do. Okay,
Neither.
fine.
Yeah,
90
I'm
minutes.
done.
Okay.
An hour 45. You've been running for an hour 45. You've forgotten your gels. Okay. You see an unopened gel on the
Oh.
ground at the drinking fountain. You're still 40 minutes from the car.
Oh,
I'm pushing through.
Are you picking it up?
No.
You're not picking it up.
I would
Pushing
pick
through.
it up
You pick it up?
What'd you tell me?
and check the best before date.
You reckon?
I'd pick it up. I'd definitely, if I was in the box at
Yeah.
hour 45 and there was a Morton gel on the footpath next
Yeah.
to a fountain, I'm definitely picking it up.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Because here's my thought process. If that's been sitting on the ground and it's like a Sunday or a Saturday,
yeah.
and say you're out in Sumner,
Yeah.
it's quite or Hagley Park, for example,
Yeah.
it's quite a popular path.
True.
So the chances of that
Yeah.
has dropped out of someone's pocket within 24 hours is probably pretty high.
What if they've like pinpricked it with a laxative?
Oh, yeah, you got to test for holes.
Yeah.
Test for holes
I'm not
first.
taking the risk.
Check the date.
Okay. So same situation.
Yeah.
Right. Same situation. There's a muesli bar.
I didn't say I was going to have it, by the way. I just said I'd check it. Just for the
Okay,
record.
so there's a muesli bar.
Yeah.
Are you picking the muesli bar up?
No.
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 So you draw the line at the muesli bar.
Yeah.
Okay. What about half of an orange?
No.
Half an orange.
Nah. So we draw the line there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm running down. I've been out for 2.5 hours. I'm running down the bridle path to try and get back to my car as quick as I can because I'm done. Right. I'm running down the bridle path feeling, when you get that like woozy kind of like, there's 3 rocks and
Yeah.
showing and there's
Yeah.
only 1 rock there.
Yeah.
I get to the bottom of the bridle path. There's a slice of watermelon.
Where? Just sitting
Just-
on a rock.
This
just-
is a real life story.
This is a real life story.
Oh,
This is a real life story. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I have some water first out of the fountain.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in trouble. And I've still got like 6 or 7K to get back to my car.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, I seriously considered eating the watermelon.
Was it just sitting? Oh, was it wrapped
just-
in Glad wrap? or
Oh,
anything,
it just
or-
must have fallen out of the lunchbox. So,
Okay.
like, I'm that desperate.
No, I'm not touching that.
You're not touching that. So you would rather.
Well, my thought process behind the gel is we work in the shoe store, and we know they don't have to be stored in like a cool environment.
Yeah, fair.
They can sit on a shelf a year and a half, 2 years. So the risk involved is considerably less, I feel,
Yeah.
than something
It's
else.
also kind of in a container, whereas a slice of
It's on a
watermelon
shelf,
is
yeah,
just
yeah,
on
yeah.
the dirt, just
Yeah, why-
dust it off.
Like,
So these are the things I would be thinking about. This is the
But
risk
I-
mitigation.
But I
that's
don't
going through my
know
head.
when you've been running that long if you're making good decisions.
True.
How,
You
how,
know,
it depends how
you know.
dead you are to the world.
Like, can watermelon carry herpes?
It can carry something if it's airborne, but I don't know about herpes.
I don't know, man. Like, there's something to think about. Right, okay. That is legitimately a true story. I didn't eat the watermelon. I did get back to the car, which led me to think of when you get in your car, what's the randomest thing that saved you?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I store almonds in my car, which I call Carmens. So
almonds.
I always have a big pack of almonds.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, are they vitamin K?
Are they?
I think so.
They're delicious.
Vitamin A, vitamin K.
I have no
Like
idea.
skins on or like slithered?
Nutskins on.
Isn't that weird
Skins on.
that like you don't really have crushed almonds?
Yeah.
You just get like slithered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
That's
But
true.
you have
slithered.
crushed peanuts, but you don't get crushed almonds.
Not really.
Yeah.
So like
Unless it's in chocolate.
who decided that we were going to slither an almond? Like, and have you ever tried to peel one?
No.
Like you got to boil that.
Yeah.
Like try and get the skin off, and then you got to boil, and then is slithering what someone thought the process would be like in the action of doing it, and they called it slithered almonds.
Probably.
Yeah, almonds are versatile.
Almonds are great.
Do you like the chocolate covered ones?
Love
Yes.
them.
Fucking delicious. Sign me up. Do you think you got those ones where you get the little like raspberry coating on the almonds and the
Yeah.
chocolate? And it's-
What's that brand?
freeze
It's
them.
Delicious.
They should sponsor this podcast.
Absolutely.
I'd eat them.
We'd take the
Yeah,
sponsors.
we're taking
We're taking sponsors.
We're taking non-run related ones because we had to stay impartial
Yeah.
to what we're doing.
But almonds.
Almonds. So they got because on Monday I had to run 75 minutes, and I ran with a friend, and then you know when you feel really good at the hour mark, but sometimes that last 15 minutes just tips
Drags.
you over.
Yeah.
And I got back to the car, and I just had these two little foosballs sitting in the side,
Just loose.
just
Just
loose.
loose in the
And I was like, "Well, this only had my drink bottle in it. I don't think there's anything untoward."
Oh.
See, that might be worse than my gel on the footpath.
Like, but I don't know, like there might have been like some chewing gum wrappers or something.
Yeah.
How long do you chew gum for?
Till
What's
it's lost its flavour.
and is it okay to
Yeah.
chew two different gum flavors at once?
Oh, that's gotta be good.
No,
That's
remember
gotta
Hubba
be-
Bubba would
That's
lose it in
good.
like 5 seconds, so you just
Yeah.
eat the whole pack.
How much
Yeah.
money do you think we wasted on Hubba Bubba?
So much money.
For the kids
So-
listening, that's chewing gum.
Yeah.
The grape one was
the,
elite.
the best chewing
The
gum.
grape one. How did they make it taste like grape?
Yeah.
But
Delicious.
grapes don't taste like that.
No, they don't.
Artificial
They
grapes.
don't taste like grape. But that's the funny thing about wine is that doesn't taste like grapes either.
Wine's
No.
good.
So grape's pretty versatile. What does grape taste like?
Balloon. Oh,
Sour?
What are they? Bubbles.
Have you ever had those candy floss grapes that they got in Aussie?
No.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Candy
import
floss.
some.
Yeah,
This way, how did we get here? This went
Damn, we're
real sideways.
taking a left
real
turn here.
You were eating your foosball.
Yeah.
I was
that's
in my
right,
first
yeah.
voice. So Tom didn't answer the question.
Dollar mixtures. I sometimes get them after long runs and don't finish the whole packet. And
What's the best one in the
leave
dollar
them.
mixture packet?
I like the, what are they? The sour peaches.
Oh,
Those
Yeah.
are good, actually.
oh.
Those are pretty good.
Do you know what the
Well,
worst
those
one is? The
stick
bananas.
things. Yeah, the bananas.
What is that?
I quite like the bananas.
Bottle's pretty good.
Milk butter is good, but do
Yeah.
you have like the banana ones? Kind of taste like banana milk.
Yeah, but I like banana milk.
Do you?
Oh, no.
Oh
Do you know the best Primo flavour?
no.
Lime.
Oh, that's
100%.
controversial. Okay, so that's the poll for today. That's our poll question. Is
Primo chocolate
is
milk.
best primo chocolate milk, and when we come back
think it's orange.
next week,
Yeah, it's
Lime
it's
is pretty
good. It's-
interesting.
I reckon it's one of those
Don't
ones.
knock it till you try it.
Okay.
I've tried it. I did enjoy it.
Do you know
Yeah.
what we used to do when we were at football tournament and we weren't allowed to drink alcohol
Milk bottle
during
challenge.
the tournament? Is we'd all get different flavored milks and stand in a circle, and you had to. So the first, you won by getting to the bottom first,
Yeah.
and then you won by vomiting first.
Oh, yuck.
But you'll vomit your different colours up.
Yeah, yeah.
So it ends up looking like one of those pedal pop. You know those pedal pop?
Yeah.
Yeah, sprays on the ground and paints the ground in different colours.
The coaches used to get
I
so
swear
mad.
that was a thing, like the milk bottle challenge.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like a viral, like the ice bucket challenge?
Yeah.
They had that thing
Just
as well?
before the internet came.
Yeah,
It's cat and I still had to pick up a phone off a wall.
Love that.
Yeah, or have the internet that you had to like dial up.
Yeah,
dial up.
Like-
kick them off the
Kick them off the
internet to get on the phone.
Oh, I'm not finished talking to my girlfriend.
yeah.
MSN Messenger.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the times.
Used to wait for the next one to come through, and if she didn't message back in half an hour, she didn't like you.
Still happens.
No, it's just on every platform we've got. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, we should talk about some shoes. Should we talk about some shoes?
Yeah.
Shoes.
Okay, so
Good brand today. Good choice.
So Catherine
New Balance.
is sponsored by New Balance. So we thought, at least for the first time we have her on, we should talk about the brand that she represents, so that it gives us time to ask New Balance if she can talk about other shoes.
Yeah, not sure about that.
Not sure about that. So the way I thought we'd do this is thanks for being with us for 43 minutes, because that was, that's a good effort. I thought what we'd do is we'd talk about the different franchises of shoes that New Balance has. I'm going to call them franchises because I can't think of another word to describe them. Models. But no, because there's models inside of franchises, and franchises like the pinnacle pro. So, and then what we'd use them for, the materials that make them up, and then what we'd compare them to.
Yeah.
Because I think there's some feedback we got is like people want comparisons between brands. So
Nice.
New Balance have, for us anyway, in our shop, they've got Fuellcell, which is their pinnacle product. So that's their PEBA-based product. So PEBA being the block polyamide elastic properties, super highly resilient, bouncy, compliant, more energy return than the standard EVA, the ethanol vinyl acetate, which is what traditional shoes have been made out of. I think the thing that winds me up the most, and we were talking about this before we started recording, is that brands will say, like with New Balance, they'll call Fuellcell, but the fuel cell in all the products isn't the same.
Yeah.
So
Different densities, slightly different compounds.
Yeah, so should we start with Rebel V4?
Yep.
So this uses an 80-20, so it's 80% PEBA, 20% EVA. That does a couple of things. One, it brings the price down. So at $240, I think it's pretty good value. It also will last longer than something that's solely PEBA. So you get a little bit more.
This shoe lasts a long time.
Yeah, so you've been using this as like a daily.
Yeah, I'll use that for anything like 1 hour and under, or like my warm up and cool downs. I use this shoe,
okay.
and it's great because it's so light.
Yep.
And it's pretty responsive too. That's
Yep.
why I quite like it. It feels quite bouncy in that.
So that's what you'll be getting out of that 80% PEBA. The EVA makes it a little heavier, but it brings up the durability factor.
Yeah.
How many kilometres do you reckon you've got out of a pair?
Oh, I reckon my last pair lasted, maybe 8 weeks actually, and I was probably using them
Quite a
every
lot.
other day. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So maybe like 70k a week,
Yep.
80k a week.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're looking at 600.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. At least 600, I'd say.
Yeah. Which I think is, what I think we shouldn't get in the habit of doing is saying that this is the fuel cell version of an 880.
No.
Because I read that online somewhere where someone got a little bit like kind of confused and they thought, I wanted a more bouncy 880, so they bought this, but they're not the same.
Nah.
No.
They're not going to
Feels
last the same.
different.
Yeah. So from the Rebel, we then go to the SC Trainer, which Tommy's got.
Big boy here.
A big boy, the big lad. I find this one really interesting because it's like the hardest, softest shoe I've ever put on.
Yeah.
hardest,
Yeah.
softest
It's a
shoe.
great way to put it.
Yeah, it's
It's perfect.
like my body got confused
And what's the stat code on that?
at 40 something.
So, yeah.
I'd
I
have
think
to
it might
get
be
that.
46.
Yeah, it's a big lad.
big.
It's a big
Yeah.
lad. So it's obviously not legal for racing if you're worried about that. And it's the 80-20 fuel cell, the same as the
Cell's
Rebel
the same.
V4, but it's got the plate, the concave plate. So if you're looking for something that gives you a little bit more roll to it, I wouldn't say it's bouncy.
Small
Have you
cushion.
been running it yet?
I actually haven't run on this one yet.
Nah. Like it's more rolly than bouncy,
Yeah.
just because of how much.
So would you do more your tempo work?
Yeah, so I do what I like that run I did on Saturday, where I wanted to wear some carbon to get used to the mechanics, but I probably don't want to always wear a
Bouncy.
$450 bouncy shoe, because I think that was at 400 something like that.
Something like
It's
that.
rather than the 450 or whatever we're kind of eking up to now.
Yep.
So, and it sits in that super trainer category. I would say low volume and quite firm upper.
Yeah. Still has a pretty rigid heel cup as well, which some of the super trainers don't, which is quite nice.
And it's weighty.
It is a bit
It's heavy.
heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Not.
I think that's why I like this so much, because it was just light.
Yeah. And I mean, you can get away with it with some pretty good mechanics and long time training. So I think for me, realistically, it probably sits for maybe a slightly heavier runner, someone who wants to run a really long way, still wants the kind of rolly off feel of a carbon plate, but finds the elite unstable.
Yeah.
Or just too aggressive.
Too aggressive, yeah. So maybe you're running that sort of 4 to 6 hour marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then from there, we go elite. So even though this still says Fuellcell on it, that's full PEBA.
Yeah.
Sandwich between the plate. Now, you've been running almost exclusively in that, for your races.
Yep.
How do you find it?
I race in this, and I do my track work and tempo work all in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this model.
Yep.
Definitely firmer than the last model, which for me is great. I just feel way more responsive. I did have to bash in the heel because it was giving me blisters to start with.
Yep.
I think just because the heel cup just curves in a wee bit more than the older version.
Yep.
So, but yeah, once that was all good, yeah, really, really nice trainer, nice racer.
Nice racer. I think New Balance have definitely come to the party more. And I think when we talk about the pacer next, I think they've got good disparity between the two race day products. What I like about this is for people who want to be a little closer to the plate in the forefoot. So what you'll find is some shoes have, say like the Metaspeed Sky Edge from Asics, you've got a lot of foam between your foot and the plate, and then not much between the plate and the ground. And so for someone that spends less time on the ground, that will probably feel better. For someone that spends a little more time on the ground, so you can load both pieces of plate because it's quite even distribution. So it just depends on how you hit the ground and what angle you go to hit the ground on, which will feel nice. And I think what you said about the heel cup is great, because give something a couple of goes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have one bad experience, or
and then you discount it.
Yeah, or we don't
Yeah.
make the necessary adjustments by lace locking or change the sock or whatever.
Yeah.
I always think I need 30, 40K in something.
Yeah.
To
Yeah, and always especially if you're changing brands, you definitely have to, maybe adjust some things. So.
Yeah. I did find this upper a little bit abrasive.
Yeah,
But
although
you feel-
it's still quite, it's like a strong,
Yes.
it never rips or anything,
Yeah,
like
cool.
it's quite durable there.
I like the gusset. I think it holds like midfoot look down really nice. I like the way it fits. I like these kind of nice soft materials around the heel. I think
nice shoe.
it's nice. And then with this pacer.
Yeah.
So same fuel cell composition as the Elite, but less of it. Six mil less overall, I think, or 8 mil less overall. And they're marketing it as a 5K, 10K shoe.
Yeah.
But I see Emma Sissons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd been running a marathon in it.
Yeah.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievably light.
Yeah, I think they were running that New York mile in these two.
Yeah.
Saw a couple. But marathon in that. Would you run a marathon in that?
I ran a marathon in New Balance 1500s.
Dude, those shoes were so good.
But that's what I think.
We've come on.
Yeah, when we talk about this stuff, I ran 218 in a pair of 1500s, and my body was
slab of EVA.
Yeah, my body was beat to shit for 3 years. But it's not to say that just because we think that the 40 mil stack is the best, it is the best for everybody. And everyone's gaits are very different. The way we move is very different. What we like to feel underneath us is very different. So I wouldn't discount something just because it's not what everyone's doing. And I wore this for 2 by 30 minutes on the Summit Road 2 weeks ago.
I guess
Tempo.
too, if you're running the streets and there's a bit of camber or there's some tight turns, a lower stack would actually be really ideal, because sometimes it's quite hard in those higher stack shoes.
100%. Turning corners was better, climbing hills was better, I had more
Yeah.
control over it. I think the place is thinner as well. where it definitely feels that way, because, or maybe just because there's less foam, it's not as stiff. So when I went to climb, I could actually put some power through it, where I feel like with the really stiff, like say the Saucony Endorphin Elite, you try and climb in that, you're at the mercy of the shoe.
Yeah.
Like you can't do anything. It's beautiful in a straight line.
Yeah.
But any sort of ups and downs, it kind of... So I think that's a really nice option for someone that wants to feel close to the ground, but still wants the lever of carbon.
Yeah, much different upper too.
And 8mm pitch,
8mm.
Yeah.
which I liked because I think the other one's 4, right? Yeah, so there's some really subtle differences. I prefer this upper to that one, but there's some really subtle differences. I just wish they put laces that were fucking long enough in them. Like...
Yeah, they do have short
And my
laces.
other piece of feedback for them is
But the elites, that's long laces.
Yeah, so just swap them over. But the other piece of feedback I'd have for New Balance is put better inner soles in them.
Yeah.
It's just this shitty 2mm EVA.
Yeah,
Like you could
not
increase
much there.
I know we're trying to keep the weight down,
Yeah.
but you could increase the on foot feel
Yeah.
by using a little PBA.
Even the ones they
Inner
chuck
sole.
in the 880s
Yeah.
and the 860s, like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Just get a little more comfort. So that's the Fuellcell product. Tommy, you're holding some Fresh Foam product. Talk us through some Fresh Foam.
Which is the other blend of midsole.
EVA based.
EVA based, yeah. So the 880, they're neutral option. And Kat, you do most of your running on this?
I used to be a diehard 880
Yeah.
girl. Yep, loved it.
Used
but
to.
as I've gotten older, I've needed more cushioning, so I've gone to the 1080.
Okay, yeah.
And
But this is good.
the only reason we don't have a 1080 is because the V14 is like a week away.
Yeah.
And so we've sold all our V13. So the 1080 is super soft, super compliant, super squishy.
Yep.
It's not for everybody.
No, it's not for
Yeah.
everyone, but I typically do my longer runs, like my 2-hour runs in those,
Yep.
or anything over an hour.
Nice.
It's great.
Yeah, and then the 860 is just the stability option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's like,
That's,
It's an interesting one.
who wants to debate the...
well, yeah, it's completely changed, isn't it?
It's, yeah, so if you've had the 860 of old, it's completely different. So don't go buying
Come and try
this without trying it on, I would say, is a good fair warning.
So-
Yeah.
When we talk about foot placement or, what's happening inside of the shoes and what we're trying to achieve in terms of pronation. So I hate that word, but pronation is not a pathology. It's not a bad thing. You have to do it to some degree, but there's ways we can influence the rate, the range, and the duration of the movement. And if someone has uncontrollable amounts of one of those or multiple versions of those, that's when we can kind of come unstuck, and we can start having, maybe some posterior tibialis pain, whatever. And so what they've done is they've got 2 different densities of foam. So Kat holds that up. So you've got the white stuff, and then on the medial side you can see they've got some yellow stuff, and then sandwiched in the middle is a plate. Now the plate is like varus wedge, so that it holds your foot in a supinated position. So supinated is obviously heading back towards the outside. The white foam is a little softer, so you get a little bit more lean. The plus side to that is if you need your foot to be held in that position, your foot should naturally sit in a more neutral position. The downside to that is if you are heavily laterally loading that shoe, so heavily loading on the outside of the shoe, you will squash that foam, and then you will end up laterally loading it too far out on that 5th metatarsal, which can cause its own problems. So I think it narrows the use.
It's very niche now. Yeah.
But I don't mind the idea. Like, the idea isn't a terrible one, and the foam is certainly comfortable. But it's one of those ones where you really want to come and not even run on the treadmill, like come and run up and down the road in it.
Yeah.
To see how that foot placement is, because if you feel like you're going to walk the outside aisle,
Yeah.
it's no good.
It's probably not ideal.
No. And the other thing I'll say about the 880 is this is the first version. So they've stacked this up. So this is 4 mil more than the cushioning. It's actually quite firm. It's not that compliant.
It's not as soft.
And they have added a bit of a 4-foot rocker to it, so it's stiffened here. So traditionally it's been sort of like a 28-20,
Yeah.
28-18 kind of stack height. We're now looking at like 33, 34, kind of 26. And what that's done is they've enabled them to put a little 4-foot rocker in it, so you can kind of see how it scoops away before the midsole disappears. And so for people that are used to having a really flexible shoe in the 4-foot, that might stir up some second or big toe extenders, because it kind of holds your
Yeah, and I think that is what was
Okay.
happening with me too.
Yeah.
Because I really liked the old 880s. You could just.
Yeah.
I love that.
And again, it's not a good or a bad thing. It's just kind of
It's just
in,
change.
in one way, if you need the shoe to help you leave the ground, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because if you get the sort of nice rolling action and you kind of just, but if you're trying to muscle your way over the top, you kind of work quite hard to, to kind of to bend it. So there's just some differences, which is why it's important why this run specialty stores like us still exist to talk it over. And then, so there's those 860, 1080, 880, 860. There's also a Vongo, which is built similar to the 860, slightly lower volume fit. We should say too that most of their shoes come in multiple widths in the Fresh Foam
They're
range.
good with their width.
Yeah. And then they do some trail stuff. This is a lot of shoe talk. I hope you guys are still with us. So we've got Hero, which is their sort of daughter trail. It's pretty much an 880 with some Vibram outsole.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a bad option. It's quite nice. Does a good
I'll
job.
have to start some trail running.
That's where the money is.
That's where
That's where the money is.
Not wrong.
Cash. And then you've got your more trail, which is, as it sounds, just more Fresh Foam. And that's for a pretty particular purpose.
Yeah.
I think we'll see some nice updates with this as we get into the back half of the year and front half of next year. So that's New Balance range.
Comparisons, real quick.
Oh, yeah, comparisons.
Spin through them. I'll fire them through the couch and we can just each say
Okay, good plan.
what's the comparison. So 880 in Saucony, you've probably got the Triumph or the Ride, I would say.
Probably more ride.
Yeah, more Ride. And Essex would be Cumulus.
I guess so.
Yeah, kind of.
In terms of price point, well, a little 4-foot rocker in that now. So yeah. Yep.
And who else are we talking? Brooks would be the Ghost. Adidas. Don't really
Not
know
quite.
one.
No,
Yeah.
they got the Ride. We don't do that yet, but
Yeah.
Yep.
What are we missing?
that was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yep.
860.
2000, kind of.
Tempest kind of, but Tempest kind of falls. its
I
own
really
category.
think that 860 sits in its own.
We'll leave this one over here.
Yeah, I think it sits in its own.
Out to the side.
Yeah.
What about the Adrenaline? Because it's
Yeah.
similar to the Railing.
Yeah. I guess it's trying to achieve. Yeah, you're right. It's trying to achieve something that's the same, but trying to do it in a different way.
Yeah.
Rebel, V4.
Rebel. I got the Mark X.
Yeah,
Oh,
good.
sorry, the Mark 6.
Mark
and
6,
the
yep.
Hoka. I guess you could say, what's the Brooks one?
Hyperion Max 2.
Max 2,
Yep.
yeah. The Tempo would probably be the closest, but
Yep.
is that still a thing?
No.
No.
Oh, they got like Tempo Max or 3 or
Yeah.
something.
The softness, but
Soft. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
compliance of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But without the rock.
yeah.
Yeah. I found that people that liked old school shoes,
Yeah.
or it's basically what you're just saying, that like the bendy front but want them a little bit softer,
Yeah.
I think we just have to be realistic that foam's not lasting much more than 600k.
Yeah.
And for some people, if you're heavier than Cat, it's going to be less.
Yep.
Like you're just going to,
Yeah, it'll squish.
you're going to rail it. So
Yep.
There's a lot of variables.
Yeah.
A Pacer, that's kind of one on its own again.
I watched the Hoka one, Cielo Road,
Yeah, the
but
Cielo
no, it's got no
Road.
plate.
Cielo, I think it's just called the Cielo. The only other one I can think of would be the Takumi Sen, which we don't do. But
Yeah.
that's kind
Yeah,
of
it's-
like
yeah,
a
it's good.
low
Yeah.
profile racing.
I feel like this is way more comfortable than the Takumi Sen.
Yeah, yeah.
What about the speed? Saucony?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Too much. For
Nah, I think the speed's
enough
got
volume.
more. Yeah. That's really unique.
Yeah.
I think
Mm.
at the moment. I mean, we'll see one come from Puma.
Yeah.
The front, I can't talk about that, but from the front half of next year. But I take a risk.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a really nice fit and it's fun to run. Like it's fast. You see trainer, I mean this kind of again is I would say a little bit in its own.
Yeah.
It's a super trainer but it doesn't really line up too closely with the other super trainers I would say.
It's like
the
super,
Magic Speed.
Super
but-
Blast maybe, because that's still pretty stiff.
Yeah. But having that plate in there and the foam feel is just way
Skyward
different.
X.
Yeah. Hoka Skyward X. But yeah, not too many.
Not like that anyway.
No.
No, probably Skyward X would be the closest.
Yeah.
Skyward X is softer. He's a big soft boy.
And then the Elite is kind of just
Yeah.
the top line racing one,
Yep.
which
Yeah.
is
Compare what everyone
competes
else
with all the other top line racing ones.
cool.
Trails kind of same.
Nice. Cool. So that's the New Balance range. Some good stuff there. As always, I think if people have got questions.
Yeah. I feel like they're solid because they kind of had two in each category,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Two
good range.
races, two trainer paces. or trainer races.
Yeah.
And then 2 like a neutral and a stable option. Well, they have 3, but
Yeah.
we'll leave that.
Yeah. No, I think
Believe
it's,
that.
I think the range makes sense, and they got some nice products. They're starting to get some nicer fits on some of their shoes, and from where the racing product in particular was sort of 3 or 4 years ago, it's come like crazy fast.
Yeah, it's way better. Yeah.
To where they were. So no, I think it's good. So if you've got any questions on that, you can flick me an email,
Yeah.
and Anna will reply to it.
And then it will get to Oska.
and then no, so that's cool. Okay. Well, I think we've probably rambled enough. Tom, you got anything? Well, good luck, bro.
Cheers.
Yeah, good luck.
Go hard, man. What do they call
it'll
like
be fun.
swim for fun, bike for something, run for dough? Where does that work?
Yeah, it's like the old golfing term, eh? Drive for show, putt for dough.
That sounds like something you might have done in Andorra.
Yeah, we did. We did a lot of
Yeah, you guys
golfing
were golfing every day.
Golfing. No, but you run hard,
Yeah.
bike hard,
That'll be
swim
fun.
hard.
I'm excited.
Yeah, cool, man.
And then relays weekend after.
We're going to talk about relays next week.
Yeah.
Are we going to
We'll
wear?
leave that one.
Are we going to wear our singlets?
Could do. Yeah.
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 Relays is probably the most exciting race of the year.
Yeah. It's definitely the most exciting race for
Cat's like, I'm
Club
not
running.
going.
Yeah.
I'm not
Tian
going.
really doesn't have a team.
Yeah. Well, we offered. We offered. Nah. So we'll talk about that next week. But cool. Thanks for listening. Any questions, yell out. Oh, Run Club. Wow.
Yes.
Run Club
tonight.
But we're going to time travel, because this will come out on Friday.
Yeah.
So then the next week we're back at the shop for a 40-minute easy run. And we can confirm, or you can say it out there, Kat,
Yeah, we've got Camille coming down
on the
15th of October.
So we talked a little bit about it last week, but can confirm that's a goer once we have schedule and swag and it all sorted out. We'll start releasing some stuff.
dates.
Yeah.
But
It's going to be a good afternoon, though.
I think it'll be wicked. I'm
Yep.
pumped.
Yep.
Yeah. So thanks New Balance. That ties in well with the shoes and
Does.
stuff.
Seamless transitions today.
Nice. Seamless transitions.
Just hyping ourselves up.
Cool.
We're so good.
Oh, we got a long way to go.
All right, team. Eat your veggies.
Enjoy your training. And have a great week.
Is that your sign off?
Yeah, that was the new side. I don't know.
Eat your